Tokyo Revengers literally just ended, and as of this recording, there is no official mention of Season 2. However, due to its popularity, it's probably just a matter of time. That being said though, it could take months if not years, so I'm here to give you a sneak peek at what's to come. Yes, this is technically spoilers, but I'm only going to cover the short period of time between episode 24 and Takemichi's inevitable return to the past. Picking up directly where the anime left off, we find Takemichi attending a meeting exclusively for Tokyo Manji Gang admins. All the other admins seem almost stunned at Kisaki's appearance, and Takemichi is very surprised when he and Chifuyu are asked to speak with Kisaki in private. They leave the dining room and enter into a parlor where Kisaki straight up asks them if they hate him. He then admits to orchestrating Bloody Halloween and even says that he was the mastermind behind Valhalla. Kisaki's motivations behind all of this was just his lust for power, and he never meant for Baji to die in the process. The three of them then share a drink together as a symbol of peace and cooperation. However, Takemichi passes out only a moment later.
You fell victim to one of the classic blunders!
He comes to and finds himself tied to a chair, unable to move. He turns his head to the east to see nobody by his side, then turns his head to the left to see Chifuyu tied up, bloody and bruised. Kisaki is standing over top of him, repeatedly kicking Chifuyu and accusing him of being the snitch. It only takes a few more blows before Chifuyu gives up and admits to ratting out Tomon to the police. However, he only did it as a means to take down Kisaki. He then pleads with Kisaki, telling him that Takemichi is completely innocent, though Bossman doesn't care and shoots a bullet through Takemichi's leg. Kisaki then puts the gun to Chifuyu's head.
Any last words?
Chifuyu uses his last breath to talk about how Tomon went downhill when Mikey went missing and Draken got put on death row. And lastly, he tells Takemichi to carry on his dream of fixing Tomon. Kisaki then turns the gun and points it toward our crybaby hero, who, as you'd expect, is bawling his eyes out. Then honestly, I was very surprised to notice that Kisaki has a single tear streaming down his face as he says,
"So long, my hero."
He awakens in an unknown location to discover that his gunshot wound has been cleaned and bandaged. He raises his head to find his angel and savior, Kazutora Hayamiya. Takemichi's face then politely greets Kazutora's fists as he asks how the hell Tomon turned into such a piece of shit. Kazutora then admits that he only came to save Chifuyu and asks why/how Takemichi allowed the Tokyo Manji Gang to stray so far from its original values. He then brings up Mikey's disappearance and Draken being put on death row before stating that this wasn't what Mikey dreamed of when he created Tomon, and he's damn sure that Tomon is no longer the same gang that Baji died for. Now, after getting all of that out of his system, Kazutora is able to calmly ask Takemichi for help with returning the Tokyo Manji Gang to its former glory. Next, we find them driving through town as Kazutora continues to explain the details of this timeline. It turns out that Mikey has went off the deep end, and he even had Pa and Pet assassinated at the same time that Takemichi was being executed. It seems that, for whatever reason, Mikey intends to purge all of Tomon's founding members, and Kazutora, being the nice guy that he is, actually blames himself for allowing all of this to happen. He claims that the Black Dragons are the root of Mikey's change, and that he used to actually be a member of the Black Dragons way back before he joined the Tokyo Manji Gang. He continues on and says that he and Chifuyu actually had a joint operation planned to simultaneously take down the Black Dragons and Kisaki. But in case you weren't paying attention, that didn't exactly go as planned. Then apparently Kazutora was only able to make this much progress due to the help of a certain police officer who is seeking revenge for the death of his older sister. Takemichi is then kicked out of the car where he finds Naoto waiting for him. Mr. Crybaby Hero is overcome with joy at the sight of the only ally that can truly understand his pain and suffering. Though after saying hello, Takemichi is immediately arrested. Crybaby Hero is promptly taken to the police station where Naoto is to interrogate him. Though of course, Naoto knows all about the time travel, so in reality, he's just using this as a way to talk to his friend. He then pulls out a laptop which contains a video of Takemichi putting a hit on someone and ordering Akun to be the hitman to kill said person. This is then followed up by another video showing Takemichi breaking down and crying as he realized that he unknowingly ordered Akun to kill Hina. Present Crybaby Hero sees this and then breaks down himself as he is overcome with grief and shame, though eventually Naoto gets tired of his bitching and tells him to pull himself together. He reminds Takemichi that his actions up to this point have resulted in Naoto being saved and Draken's life extended. He also points out that Takemichi is literally the only person on this planet that has the ability to go back in time and change the past. Though even after all of this encouragement, we find Takemichi still lost in the depths of despair with nothing but darkness behind his eyes. Naoto then points out that Kiseki seems to be obsessed with Takemichi and Hina since he's planned to kill them in each and every timeline so far. This causes Takemichi to recall Kiseki's final words from the execution. Then with a loud knock on the door signaling the end of their conversation, Naoto extends his hand to Takemichi once again, giving him yet another opportunity to save Hina, Akun, Mikey, and Draken. I think the takeaway from this sneak peek is that the stakes will be much higher in Season 2. I mean, this time around, his own life is in jeopardy as well, because if he doesn't change anything, he will come back to the present to find himself locked in prison. Now, if you want more of these videos, then be sure to subscribe and let me know. Then, of course, a big thank you to all my viewers and patrons.